The latest now on that migrant caravan making its way through Mexico. President Trump is making it a rallying cry ahead of the midterm elections, firing up his base with false claims and by calling it a national emergency. The president spoke at a rally in Texas last night where early voting has already begun. Our senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega has the story. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, George, good morning to you. Let me just give you some perspective on that. The so-called national emergency, the Caravan, actually represents about 0.06% of all of the undocumented people already in this country. So we are talking about a very small fraction here. But the president is hoping he's got a winning strategy here, the same strategy that helped him win the White House. He's hoping can give Republicans a boost in this midterm. And that strategy is using immigration to stoke fears. Overnight, President Trump banking on that migrant caravan being a winning applause line on the campaign trail.
What's happening right now as a large group of people, they call it a caravan.
He's using it to rally his base and scare voters to the polls. And he's doing it with false claims like this.
Do you know how the caravan started? Does everybody know what this means? I think the Democrats had something to do with it.
There is no evidence that Democrats or anyone paid the migrants to make the treacherous trek north. He also keeps repeating this false claim about so-called Middle Easterners, offering no proof to back it up.
Take your camera, go into the middle, and search. You're going to find MS-13, you're going to find Middle Eastern, you're going to find everything. And guess what? We're not allowing them in our country.
But with just 2 weeks to go, President Trump is pulling out all the stops. At a packed rally in Texas, the president stumping for his one-time political nemesis, Senator Ted Cruz, who is locked in a heated race with Democrat Congressman Beto O'Rourke.
Ted's opponent in this race is a stone-cold phony.
It was as if the bad blood of 2016 never even happened.
You know, we had our little difficulties, right?
But they weren't so little.
Is it Lion Ted? You're right, Lion Ted.
You know, Lion Ted comes in with the Bible held high. You know that, right? It's held high. He puts the Bible down and then he starts lying all day long.
That was then. Before he left for Texas, the president explaining the change of heart to ABC's John Carl.
He's not Lion Ted anymore. He's beautiful Ted.
Beautiful Ted.
He's Texas. I call him Texas Ted.
Tight races drawing big names in other states, too. President Obama in Nevada.
Unlike some, I actually try to state facts.
His message clear, even if he never once mentioned President Trump by name.
I don't believe in just making stuff up. I think you should actually say to people what's true.
But President Trump is making his case, spelling out the stakes as he sees them.
This will be the election of the caravan, Kavanaugh, law and order, tax cuts, and common sense. That's what it is, common sense.
Yeah, exactly 2 weeks to go. But back to that early voting in Texas. On the very first day, in some of the biggest counties in that state, we saw monster numbers surpassing past midterms in some cases, past presidential elections in others. But you heard the president make it very clear overnight. He says the caravan is one thing he hopes drives voters to the polls.
He has lots of signs that the turnout will be high on both sides. Cecilia, thanks very much.